Hey everybody, I'm Jonathan Byrd. It's Veterans Day. I'm getting a lot of messages saying thank you for your service, and I really appreciate you thinking of me and sending me those messages. It makes me feel good. I'm pretty jaded about the whole thing. I think we misuse our military a lot, but I really appreciate that you think of me, and I also try to reach out to my veteran friends that I know and say thank you for your service, because it was a hard 4 years. And some people do 20 or 25 years of it, and it's hard work, and it takes a lot of dedication and discipline. So today, speaking of dedication and discipline, I'm celebrating Veterans Day by practicing what I call spread triads or open triads. So in a chord, in a C chord, you have C, E, and G, and that makes a C chord, right? So let's grab a guitar here. C, E, and G, that's a C chord. Living on the road, my friends. Right? And you can play those in any permutation. That's an arpeggio. You play it one at a time. It's called an arpeggio. It's like a scale. You're playing one at a time, but you're only playing the 3 notes of the chord. So a spread triad it's actually a lot easier to view, to envision, to visualize. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a lot easier to visualize on a keyboard because one note has only one place on a keyboard. On a guitar, things are non-linear and it gets confusing a little bit. So let's just go to the keyboard really quick and I'll show you what I mean by a spread triad, okay? So if you play, let's say we're in the key of C again here. Let's just start with the C and go C, and instead of going to the E, which is here, I'm going to skip one each time and go to the G. And now instead of going to the C, which is right here, I'm going to skip one and go to the E. And you'll recognize this. This is used by classical composers, by rock guitar players. You'll recognize this sound. There's a spread triad with the F. So I start with the C note. I'm going to pedal that C note where I was, and I'm going to move to an F chord by, instead of going to the F, which is right here, I'm going to skip one and go to the A. And instead of going to the C, which is the next one in the F chord, I'm going to skip one and go to the F. Right? Which you could also play if you started on an F. F, skip the A, go to C, skip the F, go to A. Right? So that is a spread triad. Now, guitarist, the one that really comes to mind is Eric Johnson. Uses a lot of spread triads, and yes, I am wearing sweatpants. But I use them too in my songwriting. So like, what's that one song I've got? Pussyfoot, a cat in heat, dinner's cold, lunch and meat. So I'm using E, B, G sharp. So E, G sharp, and B are an E chord. Alright, so E, G sharp, B. So I skip the G sharp, go to B, skip the next E, and go to the G sharp. And I have a spread triad of the E chord. And then I go to an F sharp 7, and I kind of want to make the point that it's a 7, so I play the F sharp, and I skip all the way over to the E, and then I play the A note on top of that. Pussyfoot. Oh, that's actually the intro. And then when I start singing Pussyfoot, and I play a G sharp 7 chord, and so I do the same thing. I skip all the way over to the 7 on my, you can't even see what I'm doing. Skip all the way over to the 7 on the D, and then I play the C, whatever that you call it, B sharp. I don't know. I'm not so hip on the theory. I know it. I can. It's like spelling the word neighbor in the UK. I have to think about it for a second, right? G sharp 7 chord. So pussyfoot, a cat in heat, dinner's cold, and that's an A, spread triad A, E, C sharp. So I skip the C sharp here, and I skip the A there, and I just play A, E, C sharp, and then an A sharp diminished, and then I do another E spread triad, but I start on the B. B, skip to E, go to G sharp, skip the B, go to E. Da 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 da, C diminished, da da da, and then a rundown of all open triads. C sharp minor, B, A, G sharp 7, F sharp 7, B7 with no B in it, F sharp, D sharp, and A. So there's no B in the B chord. I'm sure you could call it something else, but I think of it as a B7, right? But I'm using that run down. I want that note that's going down, so I'm using the 5 of the B to get that effect. So I'm practicing spread triads today. So just start in the key of C, and that's a, whoops, there we go. Open E, C, open G is the lowest spread triad of the C chord that I can do. What's the next one? G, E, C. I do that all the time. Let's say the Ballad of Larry. Right there. Very familiar sound, right? What's the next one? Would be C, open G, E, right? And then E, C, G would be the next one. And I just slowly work my way through all these. And then I go to the key of G, and I work my way through those. And I go to the key of D, and I work my way through those. And it just gives me a nice knowledge of the fretboard. It just reinforces knowledge every time you have to name the note that you're playing. In fact, that's a good process to get into when you're playing scales. You know, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And you get into naming. Oh, that's an F sharp. Where F is what we're looking for, right? You get into the process of naming and associating the name with the location on the guitar. One note has several locations on a guitar. You know, E, 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 E. So it's good to get familiar with all of the locations. It's not like a keyboard where you can go, oh, that E is right there, and that's the only place that it is. So, happy Veterans Day. Discipline, duty, hard work, spread triads. It all relates somehow. And tune in tonight for a special acoustic live stream from right here in my house. Me and my friend Johnny Waken, we're going to play an hour of acoustic music. We're going to play songs that we don't normally play. We're going to play a cover that we don't normally play. And we're going to strip everything down and just play for an hour tonight. Our special guest is Logan Ledger from Nashville, Tennessee, and he is awesome. What an incredible country singer he is. It's just a voice. It is a classic country voice. As soon as he opens his mouth, it's like, wow. It is 1963, and I am dialed in to the AM country station. It's an incredible, it's like a magic trick, like a time machine. So thanks, Logan Ledger, for being a part of our night, and thank you for tuning in. 7 o'clock Eastern Time tonight for the Shake Sugaree Americana Residency. Join the channel if you want to. That means you support us once a month. There's a little payment, $5, $10, $20, $40, up to $100. We have different levels. If you become a member, you get videos that other people don't get to see. Either way, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, like the video, share it with your friends. That helps more than anything. And thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you're practicing whatever you need to practice to make yourself feel good about what you're doing today. Bye-bye.